Hello everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 3 Episode 4. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, well, welcome back. So we have one comment from last week, and it's from Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. Hey boo. She says, Whitney was definitely drunk. LMAO. When she started looking like Mommy Dearest in the eyes and doing all that yelling, whining, Shawty was tossed. I was like, see, I thought that was just me that thought that she was a little bit of drunk, because when she gets to getting drunk, she'll start to forget what she says. Then she starts to get emotional. Then she gets even higher pitched than what she is. It was like doing the absolute most. So let's go ahead and get that. But thank you, hey boo. So we on episode 4. This is supposed to be us just hanging out in our lingerie and eating steak. But Whitney, she want to get drunk and she want to get some things off her chest because she don't want to be in the middle of these rumors. And I'm like, ma'am, you the one was going off and, sprinkling in the information you had on this rumor about Lisa. But now you don't want to be put in the middle of things because you were all about being, Zen, Whitney, and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, really? And Whitney doesn't realize that when she gets drunk, she tends to forget things that she has said prior. So she's like, I didn't say that, I didn't do that. Like, you drunk right now, so we can't really believe what you saying. Now Whitney's crying to Meredith because everybody uses her for what they want, and Heather didn't take the time to ask her how she's doing. Heather says that, Whitney, you're drunk right now and you're not making sex. But one thing I do know is I don't care who's having sex with who. We were supposed to be having this nice dinner because our friend is facing 50 years in prison. And I'm like, again, why are we supporting Jen when she was alleged to be out here stealing from folks? And I'm going to continue to say this. We were supposed to be here for our friend. Our friend is going through a lot. I guarantee you, those people that she is alleged that she defrauded and took money from, they're going through some things right now, not being able to pay their bills because their money went to finance Jen and her luxury lifestyle. Child. So they are still going at it. And the way Heather flung Whitney to the side when Whitney tried to walk up on her, I'm like, she flung her like she weighed nothing at all. Heather she has just had enough with Whitney at this point. It's like, you drunk? You didn't cause all this drama here. Wasn't nobody even talking about the rumor, but since you want to get this off of your chest because, you all about cleansing and everything, even though you was in on the rumor at one point in time, now you want to change, say, now you didn't cause all this disruption in the house. So Whitney and her brother, Whitney goes to see her sister and her brother. And discuss. She doesn't go exactly into details of what happened to her as a child, but she does say that she went through some childhood trauma, and it's looking like the brother and the sister went through the same thing. I don't know if it was by the same person, but they also dealt with some kind of childhood trauma. So they was like, they understand where she's coming from. And I'm like, what happened in that family where 4 of the siblings then had some kind of trauma going on, some type of abuse? Now, y'all, was it just me, or was it odd the way Whitney's sister was holding on to her hand and rubbing her back, and the way she was hugging on her? I was like, why is she holding your hand like this? What was that all about? Maybe they cut some scenes out, but I was like, why is she holding her hand like that? I was very confused about that. So Whitney, she done got back home, and Jen, she done went on to she had to go on to, I think she already went to New York. Yeah, she had to go ahead and leave for New York because they're doing the mock trial. And when it was the prosecutor's turn, Jen was acting like a very entitled person, you know, storming out and slamming doors and doing all the things. And the lawyer told her, maybe you shouldn't Botox for a while because you look like you making the sound that you're crying, but your face isn't moving to let us know that you have any emotions at all. So I'm gonna need you not to Botox. That would be lovely. I thought that Jen, you know, maybe she shouldn't be having a glam squad with her while she's on the show. You know, the show that, you know, she's still not living this lifestyle that she was living when she was allegedly out here stealing people's money. But that's just me. Y'all, did y'all check that weird look on Whitney's face while they was at the restaurant? She was, I can't do it, but she had this weird look about her. And I was like, what's going on? And the way they was pinning at Heather, it was looking like Heather was like, what's wrong with you, girl? What's going on? Now, y'all, I'm going to say this in a way to not diminish what Whitney is going through, but it's kind of coming off as, wait a minute, she's going to use the abuse that she had as a child and be like, I went through something as a child, therefore you should be on my side. Now hear me out. Because she basically said that she's dealing with trust issues because of, you know, the things she went through as a child, and Heather basically didn't back her up. I have these trust issues because I was abused as a child, and Heather should have been there for me. And I'm like, maybe I'm just putting 20 on 10. Maybe I'm just not, I'm reading things wrong, but I had to rewind it a few times, and it was basically like, this happened to me, therefore, when I'm saying something, you need to back me up because this happened to me as a child. Heather basically said, if you want to be out here talking about rumors, then you go ahead right and do that. Just leave me out of it. We didn't even have to bring that up. And then she goes to tell Whitney, you made this trip basically about you. This trip was supposed to be about Jen and her possibly spending 50 years in prison for allegedly out here stealing money from people. And you made this all about you. The first night. Now, again, why are we doggone celebrating Jen? I'm going to continue to ask that. Why are we celebrating Jen? Why do we need to go on a vacation because of Jen? Why does Jen need to doggone the biggest bedroom and the nicest bedroom? Why? Maybe we should, you know, I guess I can't do that because Jen hadn't pleaded guilty yet. But, you know, do something for the people that she is alleged stolen from. But anyways, I don't even know if they know who she stole from. I'm guessing the government, they know where we at. She goes on to say, the first night of this Jen trip, even though I don't know why they celebrating Jen, you brought up your childhood drama. The second night, we're having a good time. We're fixing steaks. We in our lingerie. Didn't even get to eat the steaks. Why? Because you want to bring up this rumor. Because you need to get this off your chest. You feel like you've been put in the middle of things. Even though you was out here talking about the same rumors. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen between Heather and Whitney, but it's seeming like Heather is just over it and she don't want Whitney using I was abused as a child just for me to just be going along with any and everything you say. Now, it was a little harsh at first, like, you always talking about your feelings. I was like, can we just have a good time right now and just have a good dinner? Can we do that? But again, I don't want to diminish how she's feeling or what she's going through. But that seems like that's going to be the theme for Whitney this year. her, yes, if she went through things as a child, yes, I would love her to go through some kind of counseling and everything so she can deal with that. But I don't want her to use that as this happened to me, so you need to do this for me because I went through that. So y'all, that was a gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free $99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.